Let's talk about what really happens when you try to go from $0 to $10,000 by following popular money advice. This is not a dream board, it is an experiment. I took the most common tips you see on YouTube, TikTok, and personal finance blogs and asked a simple question. If a normal person actually follows this, starting from zero savings, what happens? In this video, I will walk through the advice I followed, the real numbers behind it, what worked, what wasted my time, and what I would do first if I was starting over at zero. Let's start with the advice itself. Most popular money advice falls into three big buckets. Bucket 1. Cut your expenses. Track your spending, cancel subscriptions, cook at home, and stop buying things you do not need. Bucket 2. Fix your debt and stop using credit cards for everyday life. Pay more than the minimum, use the debt snowball or avalanche, and avoid putting groceries and gas on credit. Bucket 3. Make more money. Start a side hustle, work extra hours, flip items, or sell a service. Then save or invest the extra instead of spending it. You have seen all of this before. The question is, what happens when you actually put it into practice? Let's start with cutting expenses. For one full month, I went after every obvious leak. I looked at my bank and card statements and circled anything that did not match my real priorities. A couple of streaming services, a few random app subscriptions, a gym membership that looked good on paper but never saw me in person. I also made a simple food rule: most meals at home. Ordering in or eating out only a few times per week, not by default. At the end of that month, the numbers looked something like this. Roughly $60 to $80 saved from subscriptions. Around $100 to $150 saved from food and drinks. Total real savings from cutting spending, somewhere between $200 and $250 for the month. Here's the honest takeaway. Cutting expenses worked. It created a gap. But by itself, it was not enough to magically move from 0 to 10K. There is only so much you can cut. You hit a ceiling. The next piece was debt and credit cards. Popular advice says credit cards are either pure evil or completely harmless. The truth is in the middle. The dangerous pattern is using credit to fund a lifestyle you cannot actually pay for. Groceries, gas, small treats, all on the card, with the hope that the paycheck will catch up later. So for this challenge, I set two rules. Rule 1. No more using credit cards for daily basics. If I could not pay for groceries, gas, or eating out with money that was already in my account, I did not buy it. Rule 2. Make a simple debt list and attack one at a time. I wrote down each debt, the balance, the interest rate, and the minimum payment. Then I chose a method. Either the smallest balance first, the debt snowball, for quick wins, or the highest interest first, the debt avalanche, for maximum math benefit. The key was focus. Minimums on everything, plus extra on one target until it was gone. This did two things. It stopped new debt from building because daily life was no longer going on the card. And it slowly reduced the old debt, which lowered stress and interest over time. But again, there was a limit. You can only squeeze so much out of cutting and redirecting. That is where the third bucket comes in, making more. Popular advice loves the phrase, just start a side hustle. The problem is, that can mean anything. People imagine passive income and overnight success. In this challenge, the side hustle was boring on purpose. No complex funnels, no brand new degrees, just a simple service I could offer right away based on skills I already had that people were already paying for. In the first month, that side hustle made around $200 to $300 extra dollars. Not life-changing on paper, but I made one strict rule. Side hustle money was not lifestyle money. It went only to two places: killing one specific debt or building a small emergency fund. Combined with the $200 or so I saved from cutting expenses, the side hustle money actually started to move the total. Over a few months, that extra cash wiped out a chunk of debt and built up the first $1,000 of savings. That is the part of popular advice that does work, when you treat it like fuel, not bonus spending money. Now let's talk about what did not work. Some popular tips ended up wasting time and willpower for very little payoff. One example is extreme micro hacks, driving across town to save a tiny amount on gas, spending hours hunting down every coupon to save a few dollars. If you are starting at zero, your time is often better spent on activities that can add tens or hundreds of dollars, not chasing pennies. Another example is all or nothing thinking. Advice that says you should cut every fun expense until you are debt-free or never buy a coffee again. In real life, most people quit that kind of plan within a few weeks. A small, planned, fun budget made it possible to stay consistent without snapping and going backwards. So what actually moved the needle in the 0 to 10K challenge? It was not one trick. It was a simple stack of moves working together. Step 1. Create a gap by cutting the obvious leaks. That gave me a few $100s per month to aim somewhere. Step 2. Stop using credit for daily basics and focus extra payments on one debt at a time. That kept new debt from building and slowly shrank the old balances. Step 3. Add one realistic way to earn a bit more and send every extra dollar to the same target. First to a starter emergency fund, then to debt, then to longer-term savings and investing. Over time, that stack created momentum. From 0 to the first 1,000, then from 1,000 to several thousand, and so on. So if you are at 0 right now, what should you do with all of this? You do not need to copy every detail of my challenge. You need a simple, repeatable system you can actually stick to. Start with 1 month of aggressive awareness. Track every expense. Cut the leaks that you clearly do not care about. Use that to build your first $500 to $1,000 of savings or debt payoff. Next, add one extra income stream, even if it is small. Treat that money as off-limits for lifestyle. It only goes to your current goal. Finally, give every future paycheck a job before you spend it. Even a basic breakdown like needs, goals, and wants will put you ahead of where you are now. If you want help setting that up, I have a simple one-page money plan for 2026 that walks you through those steps. Comment the word plan, and I will share a template you can copy and fill out with your own numbers. Most people will keep scrolling, keep collecting random tips, and stay stuck around 0 for years. You do not have to. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Cash Clarity CC for more real money experiments, practical breakdowns, and simple systems you can actually follow.